Hey everybody, so this is one of our spotlight workouts. It's a full body strength workout and all you need is your body. You don't need any equipment, you don't need any weights. So if you want to squeeze in a quick workout or you don't have any equipment at home, this workout is going to be perfect for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with the shoulders and our postural muscles. So we're going to take the shoulders up and then release them down. So this is called a scapular depression. So scapula is just a fancy word for shoulder blades. So we're depressing the scapula. So imagine somebody has their hands on your shoulders and they're gonna press down so that shoulder blade is releasing down the back. And if you've ever had anybody do that to you, it actually feels really good because you can feel the release in your neck muscles and just kind of release from the shoulders as well, the shoulder muscles that may be tight. And just take a nice deep inhale and full exhale, and then go ahead and release. And notice how the shoulders, where they come back to, what they're used to being at. So now we're going to do a retraction, so the shoulder blades come together. So we're going to pull the shoulders back. So imagine you're trying to hold a pencil between those two shoulder blades. You may feel this in your chest, because all of that rounding forward, our chest muscles get super tight. But in the same instance, these shoulder muscles get weak back here because they're constantly being pulled forward. So we're going to try to work against that, at least for these few exercises. And this is definitely something that you can do while you're sitting at your desk throughout the day. You don't even have to get up. You can sit there and work on your postural muscles at your desk. And then go ahead and release. And again, just kind of notice where they come back to. All right, let's move into it. So we're going to get into the lower part of the body. We're going to do some squats. So we're going to take our hands out in front of us. Our feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. Let's push that bottom back and then lower down and then come up. So we're going to inhale as we lower and then exhale as we press up. So inhale, exhale. Very good. So some key things to think about. You want to make sure that you're keeping your bottom down and your chest up when you're doing this. I'm having you take your arms out in front of you to work those shoulders a little bit. All right, let's go for 2 more. And 1 more. Very good. Push-ups are next. You can do these on the wall. I'll do my first few on the wall and then we'll take it down. So hands out to the wall, about shoulder width apart, and lower that whole body towards the wall as you push back up, down and up. Keep going with me. I'm going to lower down. We're going to inhale as we lower and exhale as we push up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep that chin up. That way we're not putting extra pressure on the neck. We're also keeping that good airflow happening. Keep your glutes gently squeezed and keep that core nice and tight. So if you have to, kind of lift the hips up a little bit. Let's do 2 more and 1 more. Woo, very good. And we're going to come on up. We're going to work those legs, so we're going to do some lunges. So we're going to step forward with the left foot, right leg goes back. We're going to stay nice and straight. Hands on the hips. You can certainly hold on to something if you need to. We're going to drop that knee down and then come back up. So notice how when I drop that back leg down, my hip and my knee are in a nice straight line. And think about moving up and down rather than forward like an actual lunge. You actually don't want to actually lunge forward. All right, let's do 2 more and 1 more. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So I'm going to do my right leg forward, left leg back. Hold on to something again if you need it. Hands on the hips. And let's go ahead and drop down and come up. And maybe you'll notice one side is stronger than the other. If you're struggling in any of these, you can certainly just modify your range of motion. So even if you don't drop all the way down, or at least working on that motion to make sure that you're building the strength in those legs. Let's do 1 more, down and up. Let's go ahead and lower all the way down into a lunge. And we're going to bring our left foot forward. with that left foot forward, we're gonna go into the wood chop. So use a cushion on that back knee if you need it. We're gonna take the arms up over our head, twist over to the left, and then swing it down across the body as you try to reach behind you. And then lift back up, crossing the body, and twist back down. Now, ideally, you want your hips to stay nice and square, so you're really twisting out of the torso. And sometimes that can feel a little tight for people, and that's okay. You may not twist as far, but just do what you can. And then we're going to work on those hip stabilizer muscles by staying in this position and trying to keep those hips as square as possible. Let's do 2 more. And if you really wanted to, you could add a weight and down. All right, let's twist to the other side, or not twist, switch to the other side. That right foot will come forward, staying, and this is the position that I'm in. So it's like you've made a little box with your leg. All right, so take the hands up, twist over to the right, and swing it down to the left. Can you see why these are called wood choppers? So if you're taking an axe to swing it down and chop wood, that's the motion. I have never in my life chopped wood. I don't really know how good I'd be at it, but I do like this exercise, so maybe I would have a little bit of talent in it. I don't know. Maybe you would too. All right, let's go for 2 more. Trying to keep those hips as square as possible. And last one. And bring it up and lower the hands down. Let's go ahead and bring it all the way down to the mat. We're going to finish out with a few more core type exercises. This one's really going to hit the core and the glutes. So we're going to bend our knees, trying to bring our heels as close to our bottom. This is my little workout buddy. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to engage our core, press into our heels, and lift our bottom up. Nice and slow. So we want to try to bring our shoulder and hip and knees into a nice straight line, and then we lower back down. Now that may not happen. You may only get about this high, and that's okay. And then lower back down. What I really want you to focus on is squeezing your glutes nice and tight, and using control to lift up and lower back down. So we have, it doesn't look like a lot. It looks like you're just kind of pressing your hips up towards the ceiling, but there's so much going on. So let's kind of break it down while we're doing this so you can check in and feel what's going on. Your core is tight. Your glutes are engaged and squeezed when you come up. And pressing into those heels, you'll feel the hamstrings activate a little bit, but we really want the focus, the star of the show, to be the glutes. Let's do 1 more. Lift, try to press those hips a little bit higher, and then lower back down. And just kind of sway the knees from side to side if you're feeling any tension in your low back. And bring those knees up, and we're going to come over into a tabletop position for our bird dog. So we line up our shoulder to our wrist and our hip to our knee. We're going to push the right leg back, and then the left leg extends. So holding here, I want you to look down between your hands, and then lower everything back down and switch. So the left leg goes out, I'm going to move over a little bit, and then the right leg extends. And then bring it back. So think about your core being nice and tight when you're doing this, because when you shoot that leg back, your back is really going to want to arch. But we have to work against that so we can actually work on strengthening those back muscles rather than causing any more tension to it. A lot of people have back issues. This is a really good general low back health exercise. Extend out and back in, making sure those hips are nice and square to the mat. So one of these exercises doesn't look like a ton of things, but there's actually quite a bit going on. And we will save more instruction for later, because We've gone through a lot today, and we still have a few more exercises to get through. Not get through, but enjoy. All right, let's do 2 more. And 1 more. And go ahead and bring it to your tabletop, and we're gonna finish up with some planking. So we're gonna lower down to the forearms. You can either stay in a bent knee position, dropping the hips down but not too far. If you wanna come to the full range of motion, flex your feet and lift those knees up. Relax your shoulders down and away from the ears so you're not shrugging up. Remember that exercise we did in the beginning? Oh, I didn't just make you do that for absolutely no reason. It actually served a purpose. Oh my gosh. All right, let's hold a few more seconds. Core is nice and tight. Hips aren't too high, hips aren't too low. Just right, little bear. And drop the knees down. We're gonna go over to the left side for a side plank. So lowering down to your forearm, palm can be flat or fist. Stay lifted out of your shoulder. We're gonna bend this bottom knee. That top leg is straight, and we're gonna lift up. You can take your hand here. I want you to hold it while I do some modifications and progressions. So keep holding. If it's too much, bend both of your knees. If this is too easy for you, take that bottom leg and straighten it. If you want it even harder, you can stack your feet. All right, go ahead and take the hand down gracefully. Let's lower down. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So we know all of our progressions. I'm gonna start where we did on the other side and do the exact same thing. So lift it out of the shoulder. Go ahead and lift those hips up, bring that arm up. This is about the middle of the road. This will be more of a modified side plank. This will be a progression. And this will be the full expression of the side plank. So just a few more seconds. We'll lower that hand down, lower the hip, and then come to a cross-legged position. All right, so for beginners, that will be it. I also have 2 different versions of this for intermediate and the advanced. So make sure you check the Spotlight workout so you know how many rounds to complete for your fitness level. All right, see you guys next time.